Most guys think that great relationships just happen, but they don't. If you keep walking on eggshells, if your woman is bossy, bitchy, distant, is always pulling away, and you feel like something's not really feeling right, it's because you lack a system to build a great relationship. Luckily for you, I'm going to teach you that system today using my proprietary archetype model that teaches you the 3 main skills that you need to master to have a most amazing relationship. I've taught this system to over 275 of my clients. It has helped me be in the most amazing relationships ever. So pay attention. So first of all, you need to understand about relationships that it's fundamentally just 2 people coming together, right? And each person comes into the relationship with a certain frame. Unfortunately, a lot of guys, when they fall in love, they usually get anxiously attached and they go from this assertive, confident, and fun sort of frame, aka the vibration and vibe they bring to this relationship, into this what I call a wounded anger and shame and very heavy kind of frame. I call this the Kevin frame. Yeah, they are easily offended, extremely defensive, yeah, and anxiously attached, meaning that if a girl leaves them on red, they're like, oh my gosh, she's leaving me, is she cheating on me? And they get completely in their head, and because they get completely in their head, they get super serious and they lose all their fucking playfulness. This means that a woman will respond to that frame because women will always respond to the man's frame, and because you are so soft and needy, she will guard herself. She will then turn into what you fundamentally are experiencing, a very bossy, bitchy woman, aka a very masculine woman. Why? Because she's fed up with the kind of guy that you've become, and because she cannot trust your leadership anymore, she cannot trust who you are because you're this like shadow of a man. She has to step up for herself to protect herself, because feminine energy, bro, the softness in a woman, let me tell you, man, this is unlocked. It is not demanded. You cannot just walk up to a woman and say like, hey, you're my girlfriend, I want you to be feminine now, be softer. While you fucking lose your shit when she doesn't respond to your text for like an hour. You keep vaping because you're so anxious, and you need alcohol to deal with your shit. Instead of being fully yourself and confident about yourself, or like decompressing after work, you grab a beer and like, oh, now I can calm down. You know what that signals to a woman? That you're weak. And a woman cannot be attracted to a weak man, and this comes from a place of love. I used to be a people pleaser, bro. I used to be this typical Kevin who worked in finance and was a complete mess, yeah? I was doing like blow every weekend. I was blackout drunk every weekend because I couldn't deal with my own shit. So how did I go from that kind of version to the guy that effortlessly creates amazing relationships? Well, by implementing these 3 archetypes, Patrick, Don Juan, and Noah. Now, think of yourself as a radio station, and you have fundamentally 3 frequencies inside of you, 3 different radio stations, and you need to be able to tune into them whenever you want so that you can create a relationship of your dreams. Now, what do these 3 radio stations represent? Patrick is, for example, extremely assertive, stoic, and self-led. How do you tune into the Patrick mode and that frequency of masculinity? You need to become a no man. I used to be a typical yes man. When my ex Katie, for example, wanted to move in, but I didn't want to move in, guess what I did? I said yes, because I didn't want to disappoint her. I didn't want to disappoint her dad, because I was under this belief that if I upset her, I'm a bad man, and I didn't want to be a bad man because I was raised by my grandma, who like hated men, and who told me that, or like conditioned me to be always this good boy, always be liked, always make sure that everyone thinks great of you, do not ever offend anyone, yada yada yada, and that turned me into a fucking doormat, especially when it mattered in relationships. I didn't have a problem to say no in business because I was a managing director at that time, yeah, at a startup, but saying no to a woman who then potentially might be upset and cry, no, I can't do that. I'm such a bad boy. I had to teach myself that there's nothing bad about setting a boundary, and if that boundary leads to a woman crying, that maybe says more about her emotional regulation or lack of emotional regulation than about me. So how did I turn into or like activate the Patrick mode and frequency in my life? By doing what I call a belief audit. We need to understand, or you need to understand, where do all your beliefs come from? You are the person that you are today. Your identity is a result of how you've been raised. Your parents, the system, university, school, friends, they all have beliefs. Think of beliefs as a brick in a wall. Basically, you're a wall. Yeah. All of those bricks, the wall consists of, I don't know, hundreds of bricks, and each brick represents a specific belief, such as setting boundaries is bad. All women are princesses. All women are great and do not have any flaws. Those are specific beliefs that a lot of nice guys, a lot of Kevins have, that we need to replace with women can be evil. Women can be awesome and evil. Setting a boundary isn't bad if it's stated in a respectful way. Like one of my clients, he is with a girl, they've been together for 4 or 5 years, and she always nags him about the most random shit. Yeah. For example, a couple of days ago we had a call, and she was basically, or my client was telling me about how she was nagging him about eating peas, and he should be eating spinach. He let her tell him what to eat. Instead of saying, no, I don't want to eat fucking spinach. I'm going to eat peas because that's what I want. Instead, he tried to logically explain to her, like, hey, I'm eating peas because I need this amount of starch for my diet and for my metabolism, yada, yada, yada. It's like, bro, like, why the fuck are you explaining yourself? Is this your mom or is this your girlfriend? If you want to fucking eat peas, then you eat peas. If you want to eat spinach, you eat spinach. If she keeps pestering you about like how you're supposed to breathe and eat, do you think she's gonna respect you? No, bro, she's not. So from like last week onwards, I told him artificially say no more often to like outrageous demands or like even any demand, to teach her that you are an independent fucking man and not a 6-year-old boy that can be treated like a fucking boy, because she views you not as an adult when she keeps pestering you about small things, but she views you as a child, and she turns into your parent, aka your mom. So instead of 2 adults living together, she turns into your mom, and you turn into her, what she views as a child, and that's why she keeps treating you like a child, micromanaging you. Now let's move on to the next mode, which is Noah. The clients I work with that join my program who lack the Noah frequency are fundamentally guys who catastrophize easily. So for example, if a girl doesn't text you immediately, you like start having negative thoughts. You feel like she's about to leave you. You feel this warmth or almost pain in your chest area, and you feel very tense. And your mind doesn't stop coming up and creating the most worst case scenarios of what she's about to do. Yeah? That means that you have a fear of abandonment inside of you that really needs to be worked on. And this catastrophizing leads to being stuck in your head because, yeah, you're so fucking afraid. Your nervous system is completely in fight, flight, freeze mode. And another sign of like an unregulated or dormant NOR frequency in a man is that you always view things logically. For example, she comes home with after a bad day, she says, "Oh, Gene, I'm having such a bad day. My boss is giving me all these projects, and like, yeah, I'm so fed up with this." A lot of guys immediately would then say, "Yeah, why don't you quit? Why don't you do X, Y, Z? Why don't you da 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 da?" They offer a solution to a situation that doesn't require a solution. All she wants is you to stop fucking fixing the thing that she's yapping about, and instead just say, "Oh, it sounds that you're frustrated. It sounds like you're upset. Come here, give me a hug." That's all she wants in that moment. Now, how can you do that? How can you get to that point? Well, you need, first of all, stop thinking logically. Second, a lot of guys do this fixing approach because they want to save her. They want to display and show how great of a man they are. Again, do you guess where this stems from? Fear of abandonment, fear of loss. Because you are so afraid that if you do not show her that you're the greatest man right now who can fix any of her problems, she's going to leave you and think of you as a poor, like as a, not a poor, but like an inept or an incompetent partner. Again, lack of self-belief, lack of, you know what? I'm sure that she, lack of self-trust, that you lack the belief that she can handle herself and that she's not going to fucking leave you only because you made a mistake in that moment. How do you get to this point? Well, first of all, you do the belief audit, right? That I taught you earlier. Second, you need to regulate your nervous system. I told you about the nervous system earlier. Think of your nervous system as the fire detector in your body. Because you have this fear of abandonment, that fire detector goes off, bing, bing, doo 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 doo, the moment a little, like one cloud of smoke appears. Yeah, imagine you would put your steak into the pan, you turn on, it's like zzz, zzz, it sizzles a bit, and the fire detector would go off immediately. How fucking annoying would that be? Well, that is the state of your nervous system the moment she doesn't text you back immediately, because you're so sensitive and afraid of losing someone. Guess what? You never own her. Like, she can always leave you. Your nervous system thinks that her leaving you is going to fucking fuck up your entire world and there's a threat to your survival. Guess what? There is none. So we need to desensitize your nervous system. There are several ways. Psychologically, belief audit. We've done that already before. Second, breathing. 4-7-8 breathing. I do this every morning, 15 minutes, 4 seconds in, 7 seconds hold, 8 seconds out. That calms down your nervous system. There's neuroscience behind it. I don't want to fucking explain it. Trust me, 275 of my clients have done this. It worked for them. I used to have anger management issues because I was so tense and stressed all the time from my job in finance. Childhood trauma because my parents abandoned me. They gave me up for adoption. I found out and that fucked me up. It was all stored in my nervous system. The fire detector was like ready to go for the smallest cloud. So I reduced the sensitivity on the fire detector through this breathing. By the way, man, before I show you the most important radio station, which is Don Juan, if you feel like, bro, I like what Gene has talked about, I want to work with him, there's a link in the description. Book a call with me where I can fundamentally like show you how my program works, and if you and I are a good fit, you can join my program. As I said, I've worked with 275 men already. I've helped them create the most amazing relationship ever and become the self-regulated, extremely desirable and attractive man. And if you want to become a Hercules, aka that type of man that is so desired and let go of your fucking Kevin, book a call, link is in the description below. Now let's move on to Don Juan. So Don Juan is fundamentally a vibe, like always playful, always having a good time and not taking himself too serious, and also the woman he's with. I'm going to show you a couple of examples now, rather than just teaching you the theory, because you have to see this, otherwise you will not understand this. But fundamentally, there are two skills and traits and techniques that you need to learn, which is flirting and how to never run out of things to say. Yeah, how to have small talk so fun it never stops. How to have deep conversations, they're so fun she can't get enough of them. Flirting, teasing are the key ingredients for those. Flirting is the implied sexualization of a conversation. Playful teasing means that you're poking fun at her without being condescending. So it's uplifting teasing, for example. Yeah, I'm going to insert a couple of examples with descriptions of what I'm doing exactly so that you understand what the fuck I mean actually. Did you say please for the coffee?
Yes, I said please,
No.
Can I have a bit of your coffee?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Do you feel sad about tomorrow, Sandra?
I'm thrilled.
Thrilled.
Yes.
Sandra is leaving tomorrow. Look,
And Jean is already crying.
I'm crying, yes, exactly.
The pillow was wet.
Yeah, the pillow was wet for another reason. Sandra,
Oh, look at you.
Sandra is so innocent, you know?
So yes, I'm leaving tomorrow.
How could I not want to spend time with you, Bambi?
Exactly.
You know, I will miss
I
the...
know that's the question you ask
Of
yourself
course.
each day.
Exactly. You know, especially when I go into the bathroom, I take a shower, and it's not clogged. The toilet sink, not the toilet, the bathroom, the shower sink is not clogged. I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss Sandra so much, and her hair clogging my
I'm
fucking...
not clogging the shower.
So,
Coolest.
on a scale from 1 to 10, how much are you going to miss the time together? You want the last sip?
Yes.
Yeah, take it, princess. So, on a scale
Maybe
from 1
it's
to
too
10.
many coffee. Well, maybe 3.
15, isn't it?
Maybe 3.
15. So 15 easy.
It's 1.5, if so. I think.
Sandra was never good with numbers, so Forgive her. By the way, man, if you like what you're seeing here and you want to become like Hercules, aka like me, and you want to learn how to make any woman feminine and soft so that you have a drama-free relationship with an amazing woman, click the link below, apply to work with me and join my program where I teach guys exactly how to become emotionally regulated, how to become a Hercules who can keep any woman attracted forever. So how do you integrate your Don Juan vibe? There's an exercise that I call mind mapping. Fundamentally, you take a word that she's saying. If she wants to give you like, oh yeah, like I want you to eat spinach, you could deny that request by saying, you know what, Catherine, today I don't feel like a rabbit. I'm going to eat my piece. Why didn't you put the toilet seat down?
I mean, I miss seeing the water.
So
Yeah.
we're going to use the same concept, which is extrapolation. Pick up the pace. Water. Combine, okay, water and water in the context of a flat. Water and flat. Okay, I'm going to sort of lead with the answer.
Okay.
What pets can you put in water in a flat?
I mean, what were you thinking of?
A fucking goldfish, bro. Like Nemo. I missed the view. Maybe I'm gonna get I'm looking for Nemo here, bro. You could say that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm gonna get a goldfish. But the reason why a lot of relationships turn into roommate agreements rather than like two lovers, it's because no one's having fun anymore. Like no one's daring to make playful comments about like situations that don't need to be a big deal. Like, oh my gosh, I'm having a bad day. I'm having such a heavy day. Like, bro, you're an adult. You're gonna survive, basically. That's the mentality. I don't expect Sandra, for example, like when I tell her I'm having a bad day, I don't expect her to rush to me like, oh my gosh, what do we need to do? I don't want her to get a fucking panic attack. It's like, yeah, I'm having a bad day. It is what it is. I can journal, I can release my emotions, but like, why does it have to be such a big deal? Like, it's like adversity is part of life. But nowadays we live in this society where everything has to be a big deal in this fucking therapy speak, right? But we don't need to do that. Have more fun. Your mentality needs to be, okay, this event that we experience, it can be super heavy. I can be Kevin about it. Say, my gosh, this is so much drama and it is so bad. Or I can have fucking Hercules mindset, like, well, if it has already happened, what are we going to do about it? Like, if we are both sad about it, how's that going to help? Okay, how can we make fun of the situation rather than obviously of her, for example? Yeah. So if you want to learn how to become this integrated, witty, charismatic type of man, aka Hercules, aka me, because I'm fucking amazing. There's a link in the description, as I said earlier. I would love to work with you. Book a call, and then we'll see if we are fit, and we take it from there. Ciao, ciao.